This is Bryce Burge, host of Your Soccer Passport. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hey, this is Lee.
And this is Chelsea.
And we are the host of your new favorite sales podcast, See Jane Sell.
Join us every Thursday for a new episode where we will tackle the realistic world of sales and maybe teach you a thing or two along the way.
You can subscribe to See Jane Sell on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, CastBox, and Spotify. Thanks, and enjoy the following podcast on Public House Media.
The worst loneliness is not to be comfortable with yourself. Mark Twain. Welcome to Choose to Rise. Welcome to Public House Media. I am so blessed and honored that you decided to push play today and that you just chose to be a part of this podcast. I hope today that what I am able to share with you will help you be your absolute best and help you rise up out of your current situation to live your best life. If you want to connect with me more, especially after hearing this podcast, or you're a fan of the show, head over to chooseToRiseUp.com and learn more about me and what I can do to help you be your absolute best. But also check us out on Facebook, follow the journey there, and start to really dive into who you can be, who God's created you to be. And so let's get rocking and rolling today. There is no time for disrespect today. We are going to be rocking and rolling with learning about being comfortable with who you are and building some self-respect and knowing how self-respect is a fundamental for having a great life. If we lack self-respect, we will be insecure and strive to be someone that we're not, trying to be keeping up with the Joneses, trying to do things that other people expect us to do instead of living out our life, the one that God's designed for us. And so today I want to help you develop some and cultivate some self-confidence that's going to help you not only deal with whatever life throws at you, but also to help improve your self-respect. So remember, self-respect comes from an inner belief of who you are and not necessarily an egotistical feeling of superiority. Okay, number one, be true to yourself. There are a lot of great social pressures out there from parents and from work and from society and from this person and that person to achieve certain things. There's just this piece out there that, this mantra of things that just come at us, pressure from all kinds of places to make sure that we are pigeonholing ourselves into certain areas in life. But what I really want to encourage you today is to be real true to yourself. Being true to yourself comes from the stance of living out your inner calling. It's important that you have faith in your own values and remember what's important to you. Just because other people think you should have a certain way of living or do the certain thing or say these certain things or wear those certain things doesn't mean that they're right. And everyone needs to follow their own path. Even if others don't respect your decision, it's what's important to you that really matters. Just ask yourself whether you come into this world, whether you are happy with living your life or you're happy with living somebody else's life. I think I'm pretty happy with living the life I have for myself. Number two, learn to handle criticism. We are sensitive beings. No one likes getting their feelings hurt. No one likes hearing criticism. However, when we are criticized, you can either directly or indirectly, we can feel bad about ourselves, or we can, learn and to handle it in appropriate ways. To maintain a positive self-respect, we need to learn how to deal with criticism. Not taking criticism personally, but looking at it as a detached perspective. Maybe it's false. Maybe it isn't even real, but maybe it's something that we should just ignore. And maybe something there's some truth to it that maybe we can develop our character and develop who we are and make some changes in our life to be a better person. So it's really all about analyzing the situation. So when you take in on information, we get to decide, is this information that's going to help me or is this information that's going to hurt me? Is this information that I can learn from and tweak who I am to be a better version of myself? Or is this something that is just trying to bring me down and mold me into something that I don't want to be? You get to decide that. But whatever you decide, choose what's going to be best for you and what the dreams and goals that you have for yourself. Number three, look after your appearance without being a slave to fashion. Our appearance is important. It can give us confidence and it can make us feel super awkward. We can take our appearance and dressing up or dressing down. We can, the right dress for the right occasion really kind of matters sometimes. But at the same time, we don't want to be a slave to fashion trends. We don't want to be a slave to what the Joneses say or what the current magazine says or what other people are thinking and doing just because it's what other people are thinking or doing. Dress to your own benefit. Don't dress for the expectation of pleasing others and receiving compliments for it. Be who you want to be and own it. The fourth tip I had for you is avoid jealousy. Jealousy of other people's success is a common way of losing our happiness and self-respect. Comparison is the kill of all joy, and jealousy is simple envy for other people's success. We begin to feel miserable that we cannot enjoy their success, and sometimes it can even lead us to knocking our own self down. If we follow this path of jealousy, we will definitely lose our sense of self-respect. And when we are constantly comparing ourselves to others, we're just saying our self-respect depends on what others think of us. But that's not true, because what your self-respect matters is what you think of you and how happy you can be with your success and by helping other people succeed as well. There's enough success out there for everybody. So just because he or she has doesn't mean that you can't have too. We should never feel that other people's success in any way diminishes our own self-worth. Number 5, remember your motivation, not the results. Sometimes we work our best motives at the best of intentions only to be disappointed by the outcome. The problem is that we equate our self-respect to our outer displays of wealth, success, social standing, or other accomplishments. It is the nature of life that things will not turn out the way we've always hoped, but it is a mistake to link our sense of self-worth to achievement or external targets. Self-respect comes from what we value and our attitude in life and on other people. Even if things go badly, don't lose your self-respect. Don't lose the confidence that you have in who you are. You are made for more. You are made for greatness, and you will not succeed every time you do something. It's just not how it works. So work with the best of intentions and work on the tasks that are going to help you get to the end goal, but don't focus all of your time and attention on the end goal. I know personally in myself when I've been trying to achieve certain things in my business and my life and my in the way I'm doing things, it's one of those, if I focus only on the goal, I don't have any value or enjoyment out of when I do hit the goal. It just becomes a next kind of situation. And, it's about achieving with the motivation, and it's achieving the small things that lead up to the actual event that really matter. The sixth one is respect others. If you have no respect for other people, how can you have self-respect? Self-respect means we have an inner confidence and an inner assurance, but it's not a confidence built on superiority. It's the wrong approach if you're trying to make yourself feel better by putting other people down. Let's look for the good qualities in other people. Let's focus on the good, focus on the positive, and remember that the good qualities in ourselves are usually a reflection of what we see in other people. Number 7, never hate yourself. We make mistakes all the time. We are going to do wrong things. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to have things that go wrong in our life. But knowing and the difference between hating yourself and hating the thing that's happening to you is a big deal. Listen to your conscience, but don't be too hard on yourself and feel burdened with guilt. Number 8, this one's a big one. Forgive. Forgiving others and forgiving yourself. Don't let the past hold on to you. Don't live in the past, but move on from past mistakes and difficult situations. If your mind is occupied with problems from the past, you will always feel guilty and unworthy. Not allowing yourself to live in the current and the present and not allowing yourself to dream bigger dreams for the future is one thing that's really going to hold you back. So forgive yourself, forgive others around you, and be happy because of it. Number 9, be selfless. The way to self-respect is not necessarily through bloating up your sense of pride, but it's also making sure that you are praising other people and being selfless with your time and your ego and everything that you're doing. If our self-respect is based on the praise of others, then our self-respect will be very tenuous. Our self-respect should not be dependent on the praise of other people. It should be independent of other people's praise. You should know who you are and love who you are based on who you know you are to be, who God's made you to be, who the values and strengths of who He is created inside of you, not necessarily what other people are. Number 10, don't keep up with the Joneses. I think I've said this before. You will not be able to build your self-respect if you're permanently striving to impress other people with outer displays. Knowing who you are and owning it is the best way for you to have a confident self-respect for who you are and being comfortable with what you have and not what you think others think you need to have. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that one of these 10 little tips or tricks helps you learn how to improve your self-confidence, improve self-respect, and to live your absolute best life. Again, if you love this show, please like, comment, share, Tell other people about it. Head over to Apple Podcast and leave a rating and review. It helps other people know that it's there, and we can't wait to help you live your absolute best life.